Marjorie Taylor Greene is not having a good week at all. Through all the drama she has created in the House, I mean, that is a whole deal that she's having to go through right now. It's a deal of her own making, so she deserves it. But she's also still taking heat on social media for her claim over the weekend that she doubled down on Monday that both the earthquake in New York and New Jersey last week, as well as this week's eclipse, were signs from God that America needs to repent for some unnamed sin. She didn't tell us why we need to repent, just that, hey, the sun disappeared. Obviously, we need to repent. So on Tuesday of this week, she goes on Steve Bannon's podcast, and she whines about the fact that everybody's making fun of her because of the stupid things that she said. Here's what she whined to Steve Bannon. They most recently mocked my faith and made fun of me, saying that God is sending us a sign to repent. I really don't care what they make fun of me about. It kind of seems like you do. Like, you're not going to go out there and whine about people making fun of you and then be like, but I don't care. I mean, I'm just totally, doesn't bother me. Nope. Don't even care about it a little bit. But I'm so mad that they're doing it, but I don't care. You don't complain about something if you don't care about it. You don't bring it up during an interview, where you were not prompted to bring it up, by the way, if it's not eating away at you on the inside, which it clearly is, Marge. And let's get one thing real clear here. Nobody's mocking your faith. It is not a tenet of Christian faith that God is sending an eclipse as a sign for one country to repent. That's not in the Bible. I mean, if you want to go back to the Old Testament stuff, and then sure, yeah, God sends natural disasters to wipe out people that he doesn't like, that he thinks are being bad. But the New Testament, that doesn't happen in there. But your beliefs, again, that God is sending these things to punish us, that's no longer accepted canon, I guess you would call it, in most Christian faiths. No, you'd have to go back thousands of years to a time when humanity did believe, oh my God, the sun disappeared. Obviously, we have angered the gods. Let's go sacrifice somebody. That's what you're kind of implying here. Okay. And those beliefs were really kind of just disappeared over the centuries and millennia, but sure. But nobody's actually mocking your Christian faith. We're mocking your stupid brain. And there is a world of difference between those two things. But she tripled down. After she said she was mad that they were whining, or, whining that they were mocking her, and then saying she totally doesn't care about it, she then doubled down, or tripled down, I guess, at this point. Here's what she said. So we're winning this. We're winning the information war, Steve, because we're telling the truth and fighting the right fights and fighting for our country. And what our people care about is winning the war against all of these people. Who are these people, Marge? Why don't you elaborate a little bit on your horrific statement here? You're winning the war of information by lying to people about the eclipse? By lying about natural disasters? That's not winning the war on information. Unless you're fighting against information, then I guess you could call that a war, which it seems that you are fighting against the truth. But who are these people? What our people care about is winning the war against all of these people. See, when you use rhetoric like that, what you're doing is you're putting this us versus them mentality out there to your base. You're saying repeatedly that this is a war and that it's us versus these people. Our people are good. These people are bad. This is a war. That's the kind of language that gets people killed. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, as dumb as she is still smart enough to know that. And that's why she says things like this. And she continued, the American people are not stupid, and they see through all of their lies. They do not believe any of this garbage. What garbage? What lies? What are you talking about? You're spewing a random stream of words out of your gullet, and nobody knows what the hell you're talking about because you're not actually talking about anything. You're just mad that people made fun of you because you thought the eclipse was a sign from God that we needed to repent for something, and you wouldn't even tell us what we needed to repent for. So I don't know that I follow any of your rhetoric here, other than, of course, your us versus them mentality, where you declare this a war.